morning everyone. The topic of today is antenna and different type of antenna. My name is Rupesh Tiwari.
And my name is Mukesh Yadav.
So let's start the topic. Defining antennas. Antennas are the basic component of an electrical circuit as they provide interconnection link between the transmitter and the free space or between the free space and the receiver. Now let's discuss about the properties of the antenna. The first property of an antenna is the antenna gain, aperture, directivity and the bandwidth, polarization, effective length and the polar diagram. So the basic equation of an antenna gain is given by G is equal to power radiated by an antenna upon the power radiated by a reference antenna. The aperture is also known as the effective aperture of the antenna. This is the equation for the aperture. The directivity and the bandwidth. This is the basic equation for the directivity. The polarization is of two types, the vertical polarized and the horizontal polarized antenna. The effective length is the parameter of the antenna that characterizes the efficiency of the antenna in transmitting and receiving electromagnetic waves. The basic expression for the effective length is given by this expression. The polarization, the sixth and the final property of the antenna is polar diagram. There are two basic polar patterns of an antenna, the vertical polar pattern and the horizontal polar pattern. Now getting in the types of the antenna, there are five major categories of an antenna. The first is log periodic antenna, the second is wired antenna, third is travelling wave antenna, fourth is microwave antenna, fifth is, and the last is reflector antenna. So discussing about the log periodic antenna first. Log periodic antenna is also named as a log periodic array. It is a multi-elemental directional narrow beam antenna that works on a wide range of frequencies. So there are two basic types of log periodic antenna. First is a bow tie antenna and second is a log periodic dipole array antenna. A bow tie antenna is also known as a bimetal antenna or a butterfly antenna. It is an omnidirectional wideband antenna. The second type is a log periodic dipole array antenna. The most common type of antenna used in the wireless communication technology is a log periodic dipole array antenna. The antenna on the screen is a butterfly antenna or a bow tie antenna. This is also a bow tie antenna. This is a log periodic dipole array antenna. So the second major category of the antennas are the wire antennas. Wire antennas are also known as linear or curved antennas. These antennas are very simple, cheap and used in a wide range of applications. So there are four major and the typical types of the wired antenna. The first is a dipole antenna. The second is a short dipole antenna. The third is the monopole antenna. And the fourth and the last type is a loop antenna. So this is the expression which is used to distinguish the antennas of a loop antenna. The antenna on the screen is a wired antenna. This is also a live example which is in use of the wire antenna. The third type is the travelling wave antenna, which would be explained by my colleague Mukesh Yadav.
So, travelling wave antennas. Helical antennas are also known as helix antenna. They have relatively simple structure with one or two or more wires, each bound to form helix. Helical antennas have two predominant radiation mode, the normal mode and the axial mode. Yagi-Uda antenna. This type of antenna is inexpensive and effective. It can be constructed with one or more reflector element and one or more director elements.
So the antenna, as you can see on the screen, is a helix antenna. It is also a type of a helical antenna. This is the Yagi-Uda antenna. As you can see, the feed element is present in the center. This is also a type of a Yagi-Uda antenna.
microwave antennas. The antenna operating at microwave frequency are known as microwave antennas. These antennas are used in wide range of application. There are two types of microwave antennas. First, rectangular microstrip antennas. Second, planar inverted F antennas.
The diagram on the screen is an microwave antenna. This is also a microwave antenna. The microwave antennas are used for a large scale of application like spacecraft or aircraft. The fifth major type would be explained by me, Rupesh. The fifth type is reflector antenna. The reflector antennas are of two types, the corner reflector antenna and the parabolic reflector antenna. The antenna that comprises of one or two dipole elements placed in the front or the corner reflector is known as the corner reflector antenna. The radiating surface of a parabolic antenna has a large dimension compared to its wavelength. So this was about the antennas. The antenna on the screen is a parabolic is a reflector antenna, corner reflector antenna. This is also a type of a corner reflector antenna. This is a parabolic reflector antenna. So this is the normal parabolic reflector antenna which is in use. This is basically used for the dish TV supply. These are the antennas which are in use. This is a microwave antenna and this is a reflector antenna, helix antenna. This antenna is situated at the top of the Tagore College of Engineering and Technology. This is also an example of an parabolic antenna. So with this we would like to conclude our topic. Thank you.